Let's listen to what Joey has to say right here.
Ang aking pinaglalaban, maraman lang ng tao ano yung nasa loob ng impeachment complaint at saka yung mga ebidensya para malaman ang katotohanan.
And that's Joey right there. But, you know, before understanding what he was saying, I was kind of just looked at more his features because doesn't his hair look so much better? Can I get a photo? Oh, my God. Can I get... That's Joey De Venecia a couple months back. Sweet Jesus.
A year ago.
Congratulations. You finally got a haircut, buddy. Welcome to the show. Thank you very much
Thanks
for
for having
being
me, Mo,
here.
and happy birthday.
All right.
All right.
Now, I'm going to, you're going to be, since you're going to file you're filing the complaint, the impeachment complaint against President GMA.
Yeah.
What's so wrong about President Arroyo? Let me start off with that.
Well, she has been accused of corruption in her government, and her husband has been accused of corruption, and people around her has been accused of corruption. So I think she should be held accountable, or at least given a forum for her to address these allegations that we put in the impeachment. And it's always, she's been able to successfully not be part of any court case because she's a sitting president. But they've tried to sue her in the ombudsman. Senator Salonga, well-known senator, has sued her in the ombudsman. And you know, it's really important just to highlight. She hasn't been transparent. You know, she's tried to manipulate so many things, and monies have been flowing left and right.
But I mean, you're popular now. You really stormed into the scene, especially during this whole ZTE-NBN thing. I mean, don't you think that it's been tried and tried and tried already to impeach her every year? There's always a case that's filed. It's difficult. And do you feel like this time around you're gonna really pull this one off?
Well, this is the first time I've been involved in an impeachment. We were supposed to file impeachment last year, but this guy, Attorney Pulido, got ahead and was...
Because you're only allowed to file one impeachment
a year, and he filed an impeachment complaint, 2 pages, so it was like shut down in the Justice Committee because of lack of forum.
He didn't have staying power.
No staying power. So in this time, we made sure, together with my co-complainants, that we got there first. We were able to file. It's a 200-page document, and it will hold its own in the Justice Committee, and on its own merits. And the allegations, there are some old allegations, there are new allegations, but the new allegations are primarily the ZTE, the 500,000 bribes that were going around to crush impeachment complaint last year, the Mount Diwalwal mining claim that was awarded to ZTE in some ridiculous mineral sharing agreement. So, you know, there are a number of issues here, plus the old issues.
But your dad, of course, JDV as well. Is he on board with this impeachment file that you wanna help out on?
Well, he's supportive of me as his son, but he has told me that he's probably going to abstain from the impeachment complaint because I am his son, I'm the lead complainant, and he feels that it's a conflict of interest. And
do you think, like, though, maybe behind closed doors, he's like, go get him, son?
Oh, most likely. If I was his, if I have my son, I'd be rooting for him. But I don't think there would be a conflict of interest because if Mikey Arroyo, Dado Arroyo, and whoever that brother-in-law of Gloria is, who's a congressman, would vote for this impeachment complaint, then that would be a conflict of interest as well. So
now, is any of this energy to get the president impeached, is any of this any bitterness because of maybe the ZTE deal not going your way with your company, because you did bid for it, right?
No, there was no bidding. We actually had an unsolicited proposal to offer the NBN broadband network at no cost to government. And no guarantees, etc. And usually what happens is that the DOTC would invite PLDT, Globe, and Buy-and-Tel to actually bid on this project because telecoms is supposed to be private sector investment. And what had happened was I was approached by Chairman Avalos, who's not the greatest guy to look at. We used to call him Darth Vader, actually. But he offered me $10 million to withdraw my complaint. And I go, I can't do that. You know, this is a serious...
But why not blow the whistle on the $10 million offer before all of this happened? Like before, right when you were right? I mean, if you truly care about, like, if you're truly against corruption and you want what's best for this country and you want what's best obviously for your business and stuff like that, why not just blow the whistle the day he offers you the $10 million?
Well, the thing is, he's chairman of the COMELEC, and my father is running for re-election at that time. And you know, I understand politics, and there's a lot of corruption in politics in this country and in other countries as well. And my fear was that if I blew the whistle on the chairman of the COMELEC, then he'd probably do everything to have my father not win the election, even though my father would have obviously...
It even came to a point, though, you did go to China with Abalos. Was this after the $10 million?
Yes, after the $10 million,
I mean,
yeah.
you know this guy, to you, is creepy, shady, whatever adjective you want to give him, but if he's already trying to bribe you $10 million, you're like, no, it's insulting, how dare you think of me this way? Why even still go to China with him on this ZTE visit?
For the same thing, for the same reason. It's really just to, you know, not get on his bad side. And I also expected Romy Neri or Jun Lozada to be there because they told me that they were going to be there to face the ZTE officials. But I've dealt with ZTE. I know their chairman quite well. And when we were there, when the commissions were being extorted from ZTE, I just told Chairman Avalos, this is screwed up. You can't be doing this to this Chinese company, which is half owned by the Chinese government.
Right.
And we don't want to lose any goodwill with China in this specific case. So $130 million, it eventually became a $200 million kickback at the end of the day. You know, and that I can't stomach. And that's what I told my father. And I told Buboy Macapagal and I told some other guys close to the president that those are the things that I can't stomach.
Now, you knew your dad would get into trouble with what you've said, right? And what you've been, you know, maybe get in trouble, at least questioned, looked into. Are you okay with that?
Well, I am okay with that. I knew that if there was ever one politician who would be able to handle this crisis, it would be him.
Would you be able to blow the whistle on your father if you found out something that he's involved with that's illegal? Would you be able to do the right thing against him? I mean, I know you love your dad. I know he loves you. Can you stomach that? Does your love for the country come before that?
Well, national interest comes before anything for me at this point in my life. And I knew that you know, my father was even being asked by the president to tell me not to go, not to talk.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
okay.
Even before I went to the Senate, my father already told me that you're going to be called in the Senate and you better be ready. I said, I have no problem going to the Senate because I'm going to just tell them the truth and nothing else. The only issue is that collateral damage, it hit my dad and he lost his political crown, which is very, very dear to him and very, you know, very dear to me as well because he's worked so hard for it in his career. But I think that, you know, it's you know, this is for country, and I think he also agrees that this is for country.
Okay, gosh, one more dad question here.
Yeah.
Could you say, because you're probably the closest person to him that I know, or that you know any of us have contact with, can you be 100% sure that your dad is clean?
I believe yes, and in fact, in this impeachment complaint, North Rail is part of that, and I signed off on the North Rail as part of the allegations against the president. So I hope that they call him as a witness to be able to say what he knows on North Rail, to be able to put this thing to bed, if at all it could be done. But I think this is a great opportunity for him to be able to talk about that and whatever else he knows in the Arroyo relationship that he had.
How many % of politicians and their projects have to get done with corruption?
Well,
I mean, these projects, because it seems like every project we talk about always has some sort of scandal linked to it. I mean, do you have to be corrupt to get something done around here?
Well, it depends, I think. I mean, there's corruption all over the world, especially in the political arena. But I think in lower positions, the sexy part of it is the power.
Okay.
You know, to be able to control, you're the barangay captain, you want to control the barangay, or you're the mayor, and you want to be CEO of the city. Hey, that's a great thing to do. But I think corruption comes at times when people are subjected to vested interests and interests from whatever group it is, and they take money to be able to use that money, pocket it, or use that for their campaigns, or for whatever it is. And there are a lot of vested interests in this country, and it's not like professional lobbying firms, but it's like just people going to you like lawyers and saying, 100 million, 100 million. So that's why I can't blame the Filipino people for being cynical in this political process, because there's no platforms. We're not talking about platforms here. We're talking about what did you do when you were last X.
Gotcha. All right, Joey. You know what? Thank you very much. We'll tackle more of your questions when we return. This is IMO. Don't go away.
Hi, I'm Veronica Pedrosa in Kuala Lumpur. At Al Jazeera English, we're setting the news agenda, giving voice to the voiceless and challenging established perceptions. Join us for a bulletin of top international news every day here on ANC.
What if you had something to say?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me just introduce my radio.